Welcome to Celestial Zodiac. Today we're going to talk about the ninth house of the zodiac wheel. The ninth house in astrology represents meaning, belief, and the search for understanding beyond the familiar. After the eighth house takes us through deep emotional transformation and inner reckoning, the ninth house lifts our gaze outward and upward. This is the house of higher learning, philosophy, belief systems, travel, and the desire to make sense of life as a whole. The ninth house asks not just what we experience but what it means. The natural zodiac ruler of the ninth house is Sagittarius, and its natural planetary ruler is Jupiter. This gives the ninth house an expansive, curious, and truth-seeking quality. Elementally, it aligns with fire and its modality is mutable, meaning this house is flexible, exploratory, and open to growth through experience. The ninth house answers the question, what do I believe and how do I understand the world? Psychologically, the ninth house governs worldview and perspective. It reflects how we form beliefs, morals, and guiding principles. This house shapes how we interpret life events and whether we see them as random, purposeful, challenging, or meaningful. The ninth house influences optimism, hope, and the ability to see beyond immediate circumstances. Externally, the ninth house governs higher education, long-distance travel, cultural exploration, and exposure to different ways of thinking. This includes universities, philosophy, religion, law, publishing, and teaching. It also rules journeys that expand awareness, whether through physical travel or intellectual exploration. The ninth house reflects the desire to move beyond the local and familiar in search of broader understanding. On an inner level, the ninth house represents faith and meaning. This is not limited to religion, but includes personal belief systems that provide direction and purpose. The ninth house governs how we maintain hope, how we trust life, and how we orient ourselves toward the future. When this house is strong, there is a sense that life is leading somewhere meaningful. When it is challenged, meaning may feel elusive or fragmented. The ninth house also governs how people relate to uncertainty. When answers are not immediately available, this house reveals whether individuals respond with curiosity or fear. Some people seek belief systems to expand understanding, while others cling to belief for emotional security. This distinction is essential to understanding the ninth house. Growth occurs when beliefs remain open to revision through experience rather than serving as rigid anchors against uncertainty. This house teaches that meaning is not something discovered once and then held forever. Instead, meaning evolves as perspective changes. Life experiences challenge assumptions, expand awareness, and refine belief over time. The ninth house supports the ability to hold questions without rushing to conclusions. This openness allows wisdom to deepen rather than harden. At its healthiest, the ninth house encourages trust in the learning process itself. It values exploration over certainty and insight over dogma. When this house is consciously engaged, belief becomes a living framework rather than a fixed destination. The ninth house also governs the inner drive to grow. It reflects curiosity, openness to new ideas, and the willingness to question assumptions. This house encourages exploration not for control but for understanding. It asks us to step beyond what we already know and allow our perspective to evolve. At a deeper level, the ninth house highlights the difference between belief and truth. Beliefs provide structure and meaning, but they can also become rigid if they are never examined. The ninth house teaches that growth comes from experience, reflection, and openness rather than certainty. When belief systems are flexible, they inspire growth. When rigid, they can limit understanding. The ninth house also governs the relationship between knowledge and wisdom. Information alone does not create insight. Wisdom develops when experience is integrated into a broader understanding of life. This house asks not only what we know but how we apply that knowledge meaningfully. In everyday life, the ninth house shows up in how people seek inspiration, learning, and expansion. It influences interest in travel, study, philosophy, or spiritual exploration. Others may experience your ninth house through your openness, optimism, and curiosity, or through dogmatism and certainty if beliefs become fixed. Behaviorally, this house affects how people respond to unfamiliar ideas or cultures. A strong ninth house emphasis often brings enthusiasm for learning, teaching, and exploration. When challenged, it can manifest as restlessness, dissatisfaction with routine, or difficulty committing to one path because the horizon always seems to call. When planets are placed in the ninth house, their influence becomes expansive and meaning-oriented. These planets seek expression through learning, belief, and exploration. Because the ninth house is about growth and perspective, planets here often bring life experiences that challenge assumptions and broaden understanding. For example, the Sun in the ninth house emphasizes identity through belief and purpose. The Moon in the ninth house brings emotional connection to meaning and faith. Mercury in the ninth house enhances philosophical thinking and big-picture understanding. Venus in the ninth house values growth, culture, and shared ideals. Mars in the ninth house brings drive toward exploration and advocacy. Jupiter in the ninth house amplifies optimism and the search for truth. Regardless of the planet, placements here highlight the importance of meaning and expansion. The ruling planet of the ninth house is Jupiter. This ruler governs growth, opportunity, and belief. To understand how the ninth house operates in a chart, you look at the sign on the ninth house cusp and then locate where Jupiter is placed. The condition of Jupiter reveals how someone approaches growth, faith, and opportunity. A well-supported Jupiter often indicates optimism, openness, and trust in life's unfolding. A challenged Jupiter may suggest excess, overconfidence, or difficulty discerning truth from belief. Because the ninth house governs perspective, its ruler plays a major role in how life is interpreted. When functioning well, the ninth house provides strengths such as vision, wisdom, curiosity, and the ability to inspire others. This house supports lifelong learning, open-mindedness, and hope. It allows individuals to see beyond immediate struggles and place experiences within a larger context. However, the ninth house also has challenges and a shadow side. When overemphasized, it can lead to dogmatism, moral superiority, or belief that one's perspective is the only valid one. People may cling to beliefs for security rather than understanding. When underdeveloped, this house can manifest as lack of direction, cynicism, or difficulty finding meaning. Another challenge of the ninth house involves chasing meaning without integration. Constant seeking without reflection can create restlessness and dissatisfaction. Growth requires not just movement but understanding. Lastly, there's the challenge of confusing knowledge with wisdom. Accumulating information, credentials, or philosophies does not automatically create understanding. When learning is pursued without integration, beliefs can become performative rather than meaningful. Individuals may repeat ideas without embodying them, creating a gap between what is known and how life is actually lived. The ninth house asks that experience be fully digested. Wisdom emerges when reflection follows exploration. Without reflection, the search for meaning can become endless, leading to restlessness, dissatisfaction, or spiritual bypassing. This house teaches that true understanding requires slowing down enough to integrate insight rather than constantly seeking the next answer. Growth occurs when belief informs action and experience reshapes belief. This dynamic exchange transforms knowledge into wisdom and keeps perspective alive rather than stagnant. Growth in the ninth house comes from balancing exploration with reflection. Conscious use of this house involves questioning beliefs without losing purpose, and remaining open without becoming ungrounded. It means allowing experience to refine understanding rather than reinforce certainty. A balanced ninth house supports wisdom, perspective, and trust in life's unfolding. It allows individuals to hold beliefs lightly while remaining guided by meaning. Awareness of this house transforms experience into insight and curiosity into understanding. The ninth house works as part of the larger house system. It follows the 8th house of transformation and precedes the 10th house of public life and purpose. After deep inner change, the ninth house helps create meaning from experience, preparing the way for outward contribution and direction. The ninth house represents the bridge between inner transformation and outer purpose. It reminds us that growth is not only about depth, but about understanding what that depth reveals about life as a whole. In upcoming videos, we'll continue exploring the astrology houses step by step, building a complete picture of how different areas of life unfold within the chart. Understanding the houses helps you understand where your life unfolds. This is just the beginning. Thank you for watching Celestial Zodiac. If you found this breakdown of the ninth house helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video so you don't miss the rest of the series.